Guys, welcome to Create It with Sandra. I'm going to take a bit of a left turn as I got my paper pumpkin in the mail today. And I hadn't taken any sneak peeks, and so I opened it up. And all the chores that I was supposed to be doing today will have to be crammed in the last hour of the day because I've got to put together this cute kit. So let me take you down to my desk and show you what I'm talking about. My mouse is a little weird today here, so here we go. By the way, I don't own the rights to any of the music, but it seemed appropriate to have a little bit of that jingle in the background. Look at this. Now, you know I like little treat boxes. If I'm not doing foods or something, I want to do, I don't know, bookmarks or trinkets or something. And these are super cute. Now, these make boxes, but you could make these into cards too with just a little bit of finesse, I think. Definitely just make up all the tags and put them on card fronts, and you can save the boxes for other things even. I'm going to get a few supplies here. Comes with a super cute stamp set. We've got wreath and some to from and a bunch of little different sentiments and the gift for you. Sweet. I love tags. Miss Jasmine here, Tom and Jasmine were over here in the weekend, and that's one of the things she wanted to look at is what kind of tags I had. So much fun. And of course, these are traditional Christmas colors, which I have to say are my favorite. There's other combinations that I think look beautiful, but I always kind of am drawn back to the traditional cherry cobbler, real red, mossy meadow, and old olive. I love it. So we have some, looks like adhesive back embellishments. We have some dimensionals and some glue dots, twine, these super cute boxes. So if you don't necessarily want to use boxes for Christmas, if you got this kit and you went, I really like the tag, and those would make super cute Christmas cards, which they would. These boxes, because they're in that basic beige and stuff, you could save these for Halloween next year. You could even, if you used pastels, you could even use them like for Easter in Easter bags or baskets or something like that. I always think of all the other alternatives. And it looks like it's coated. So I'm going to see here real quick. It doesn't say on here, but I am guessing and you could probably use the QR codes to double check. But I'm looking at this kind of coating in here. I think this might be like food safe. So if you're given like little cookies or, oh my goodness, little gifts of fudge, would that not be darling? Oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to order the refill. See how this is? You get in trouble. So easy. But I'm not going to assemble the boxes today. Really, I just want to put together some of those tags. I'm going to leave the boxes like this until I'm ready to fill them because then they store a little bit easier until I'm ready to go on that. Let's punch out some tags. Man, I really do enjoy tags. Now I like this. So usually I think of a tag as a full piece, but I love that it has that strip of just like that beige at the end of that, on the bottom of that. That's kind of cool. And that's easy to really reproduce with any of our tag dies. Or if you're like me, I was given a box of like vanilla tags with strings and everything, and I always kind of struggle on how am I going to decorate that. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it would be just so easy to do something like this. So always nice. Take those out. Here's some more. Let's see. I am currently getting laundry done, so thank goodness for that, right? The machine takes care of those for me. Okay, so these right here are sentiments. Now, these are, oh, wow. I'm going to go ahead and leave them white, but if you didn't want to leave them white, if you wanted to do this, these are kind of, they're pre-punched, so all you got to do is, they're pre-cut, so all you have to do is kind of punch them out. But now's the time, if you wanted to color them and get blending brushes and brush color on them, how great would that be? Oh my goodness. So much to do, so little time to do it. I'm so excited. I'm going to start making wreaths here in the middle of the week. And then I'll be wreath making the rest of the month, taking a break for kiddo's birthday and Thanksgiving with the kids. I guess, and my birthday too. My birthday's tomorrow. I decided to spoil myself and last minute booked a massage for today. So that will be nice. Probably should have done these one at a time, but I'm going to go slow. So, and think about saving the negatives. So like this, I might save because I might want to actually use a blending brush and, tape off the sides and brush a color and then stamp on it. So you can use these as masks sometimes. This one maybe not so much, but you're kind of just limited to your imagination how you can use some of those negative pieces. Those wreaths. And here's holly. We're getting the holly. I'm doing all my kind of food prep and menu prep and ideas so I can put stuff in the crock pot so I don't have to cook when I get home. Getting all of that kind of situated. Mike is making us safe Chinese food for Terry's birthday, and then the girls are also making some of those dishes as well. So we will have a nice feast, and hopefully we get the middle child visiting as well. So I mean, it could be a really busy weekend and next week, you guys. I'm going to try and get as many of these videos kind of pre-recorded as I can. So I didn't forget you guys. This is Mossy Meadow. I want to leave that one intact. So I'm just going to grab my Mossy Meadow. Here we go. Mike and I, last night we've been watching some of the Christmas shows coming out. Of course, all the Hallmark ones, which are fun and sappy and nice to have in the background. And then some of our favorites. And we can't believe how old they are turning. And it's like, but we didn't age at all, so it's so crazy to us how these could possibly be this old. So I am curious to see what are some of your favorite Christmas movies. I love some of the sillier ones and the lighthearted ones. So one of my fondest memories is, I'm going to grab the Merry Christmas. Yeah, I like Merry Christmas. They do have Happy Holidays here too, which will work. But I'm a Merry Christmas kind of girl. Anyway, one of my favorite memories when the kids were very little, and this movie first kind of came out, and I think we've watched it every year since. Oops, is Elf. And I am not necessarily a big Will Ferrell fan. My kids are. Sometimes it gets a little ridiculous, but I did like Elf. I thought it was really he was the perfect person for Elf. Anyway, about this time of the year, we start letting the kids answer the telephone. Excuse me. And whoops, oh, out of that too. And so we would start letting the kids answer the telephone, and they would answer, "Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?" So that is one of my, of course, favorite lines out of the show. And I will have to say, if I'm lucky enough to have grandbabies, I think we're going to carry on the tradition as well. It's also very fun for telemarketers. We don't get them so much anymore, but if it's someone you don't know, it really throws them for a loop, which is kind of fun. All right. Oh, that just did so beautiful. Now I am going to shut this because you know me and crafting. So, oh, okay. So this is interesting. I'm looking at the destructions here, and they use the green side on one of them and the white side on the other to give it dimension. Wouldn't this be so cool to do that? Think about your own dies and our double-sided paper. Uh, Not our double-sided paper. All our paper is double-sided, you guys. The two-tone, the light and dark, the two-tone 12 by 12. How cool would it be able to do that? And because we're doing this, but what another great way to get use out of your paper, because this and this is going to look pretty flat. But if you do this and this, that holly shows up really sweet. Okay, let's see. I'm going to read some directions just because I'm going to look at pictures, you guys. I really am. I'm just going to look at pictures. Um, see. Oh, okay. So look at the back side. You see this on the back side? And then you just loosely tube them together, but you can turn it over. So you don't want to glue these two pieces together, is what I'm saying. You want to leave them loose so you can turn it over. And they're stamping a gift for you on the tag. All right. We might put this out here. I'm going to put this here. Whoops. And then I told Mike after my wreath making, then I have wreath making classes for a week, and then I'm done. So the second week of December is mine. And I told him I really wanted to bake this year. And he and I have actually had some fun doing that. This is a as kind of a group project. And so I might have to do some simple bars that I can cut and put in these boxes. I think that that would be now this is stamping so sweet, and I can you see I'm just tapping. I'm barely tapping. And it's because I have my pad. I had inked it up earlier for another project, and I have my pad nice and juicy. So and I'm giving myself a minute to hold it down on the paper, let that ink transfer, and I'm also working on the surface. So that works really good with the photopolymer ink. So make sure you have a juicy pad, but don't mash your stamp in there because then you're gonna waste a bunch of ink. Just tap, tap, tap. Make sure you hold for a minute, and then working on these glass mats. It's not a requirement. There's other things out there, but I love working on the glass mat. So there we go. All right. I could probably do that with these two real quick. Might as well while we get it out. So Elf is one of my favorites. And it, a lot of them, I don't know if it's so much my favorite, is that I enjoyed the kids watching it. I enjoyed them enjoying it. But so Elf and when the Grinch came out, and I love both versions. I like the old cartoon, and I do like Jim Carrey's Grinch. Oh my goodness. Um, and again, I love it because the kids would sit just quote the movie word by word through the whole movie, and they never got sick of it. And I was lucky; I never got sick of it. It was fun. Um, One of my favorites that kind of came out before kids was Christmas Vacation. Um, that one always gives me a bit of a giggle. So, Christmas Vacation. I never got into the classic ones, but I have watched them. And honestly, it's hard. It's really hard. You have to really suck to ruin a Christmas movie, in my opinion. Yeah. And I will go on the record. This is a debate my husband and I have, and since he never watches this, I get to be right here. Uh, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Bruce Willis himself said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Now I know I might lose some of you for that, but Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Just saying. So, this is where the dots are probably going to be your best bet. I'm going to come in here and grab, I've got one already kind of started. I think I'll make a mess with my tape runner, so I'll put that there. So I like the dots, and I like to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I use the pointer for a lot of things. I know people usually use like the spatula, but I kind of feel like I'm a spaz with a spatula. I don't know why. I'm going to put the holly down first, and I am putting it on the green side because it's going to go light. And then this is actually two tones. I think I'm even going to do lighter yet because we have the dark green here. I think that just gives it a little more dimension. So I'm going to put blue dots on here. on the start. Um, so yeah, in the comments, let me know what your one of some of your favorite Christmas movies are, and I'll have to broaden my spectrum of movie watching. And it's just kind of nice to have something. I've got the TV here in the stamp room, which is kind of something nice to have going on in the background. It's a real gray day today, so I was kind of thinking some Christmas music would kind of brighten things up. Okay, so I'm going to kind of pay attention to this. Show how the finished tag looks right here. Oh, I'm just looking on the back to make sure I can get as much of that adhesive on the tag. That overlaps a little bit there. Push it under there. There we go. So, and I have not really started my shopping yet. The kids, everyone finally got lists going. So, oops. Oh, dang. Well, sometimes that happens. I accidentally took one of my leaves off. There we go. Ta-da! Now, we're going to grab some of our tags here. I didn't do all the tags. Or the sentiments, I guess, I should say. There we go. In this, I probably will. I have some new ones here that I need to use up. Yeah. 2, 3. A tiny little bowl for scraps. Okay, I'm going to put this on first. And this does have the red gems on it. Doesn't feel like nearly enough red gems. But, you know, you can always grab from your stash. If you have white pearls, and if you have a blends marker, you can always add that as well. So, and they're showing 3 gems per thing. Think triangle. here. And there we go. We got a triangle. And then it says 12 inches of twine. I'm going to put these together first because I still have those bows, remember? I'm going to put these together first. Aren't these beautiful tags? And this would look absolutely gorgeous on just a card front. So if you are short Christmas cards and you want to make them, we do have some kits available. We had some that were out of stock that are back in stock. I have kits that I personally made up out of retired product. Not that, so that doesn't come off. So even if the bow comes undone, it doesn't come off. Kind of feel like the bow would benefit with a in the center of it as well. But I'm just going to go slow. This is actually pretty thick paper, and I'm just going to go slow. I have this one tied in a bow. I think this is supposed to kind of act like a double bow. And then we still have the tag on the back there, and you can, that's free enough to where you can write on the bottom, and I don't have an embellishment that low, so you can write. And we're supposed to put the bow up here. I have to say, I kind of like that. The bows might be saved for ephemera for another project. I kind of like that. Real simple. So if you make homemade gifts, which I think are so lovely and special, you make jellies or jams or do like baking kits in glass jars. You know, they do those. I love those. I think they're so cool. This would be so cute, such a cute tag on those. And I think anyone would love to get a treat like that. So these are both dark and both light. I think yeah, that one. And then they gave you a nice little spot here so you can sandwich them. So you can put your adhesive right there. And that, I just want to give you an idea. I'm not going to take the time to assemble on here. And I think that there's enough that you could put your Merry Christmas up there. Let's see, how many do they say? 8 tags in 8 boxes. So yes. And you would have enough because you have 2 sheets of these. So you could put those up there and you can put your, there you go. So cute. And then these I think would make the cutest, like if you were doing the 3x3 cards. So a lot of us, we don't want tubes and tubes of wrapping paper like some crazy people I know. And we do bags, and trust me, I've got a ton of those too. But the little 3x3 cards that you can put with a wrap or a box or a bag, if you want to do a little card instead of just a tag, you can continue to use this same stamp set and just get some more red gems or color some red gems. And you've got this super cute wreath that you could do in like a basic beige and then turn it and do it in a green so they offset it so the beige comes through too, and kind of get that similar look. Thank you so much for watching with me. I hope you have a wonderful Monday and the rest of your week. I will try and get some more videos out to you soon. Thanks so much.